The podcast, which you are about to listen to, is an account of the tragedy which befell a group of 3 library staff members, tasked with picking films for each other to view. It is all the more tragic that they were relatively young, but had they lived very, very long lives, they could not have expected, nor would they have wished, to listen to as much of the mad and macabre as they were to experience this day. For them, a day at the office became a nightmare. The events of this discussion were to lead to the discovery of one of the most bizarre podcasts in the annals of American history, the Real Opposites Podcast. Yeah.
Yes.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to The Real Opposites. I'm Aaron,
I'm Josh.
I'm Tobey.
and we are back this time around to discuss Tobey's pick, A Knight's Tale from 2001.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. This is a comfort movie for me. So I can't really I'm very biased about it. I can't really speak to I don't know that it is certainly it is not a masterwork of cinema, but I do find parts of it incredibly enjoyable. And I just really like if I'm sick, if I'm having a bad day, if I just want to put something on and laugh about it and just have a good day, this is what I put on. So just very much a comfort movie. I think it has an excellent cast. I think it has a very funny script. And that's pretty much why I brought it to the table.
Okay.
So what did you guys think? Who wants to go first?
Well, I'll go. So I've seen like parts of this, I think, throughout the years, never the whole thing,
Mhm.
but it's been on TV when flipping channels enough. So this is the first time I actually sat down to watch it, and I did a little research. So Brian Helgeland, who wrote and directed it,
Mhm. He also did Mystic River.
he wrote Mystic River and L.A. Confidential. He wrote and directed Payback
Mhm.
with Mel Gibson, which is a fun little kind of throwback to like a '70s crime movie that would have had like Lee Marvin or Charles Bronson in it.
I'm not seeing that one.
So I mean, he's a good writer for sure. I mean, L.A. Confidential is one of the most perfect scripts ever. Pretty much perfect movie too. And
I'm not seeing Mystic River, but I know it like swept awards the year
yeah, it
that
won
it
a
came out,
bunch of
yeah.
awards. And it's a good movie too.
Mhm.
So I was like, okay, cool. And I feel like the movie has it doesn't work for me.
Oh,
It
okay.
has it feels like he wrote a pretty straight like medieval romance slash actiony movie,
Mhm.
and they were like, I feel like the studio saw it and was like, I don't know, this isn't really working for us. Can we throw in some Queen?
Well, so
And
that
I
is
was,
what it sounds like, but I watched his commentary and that's him.
oh well,
That's what he wanted
and that
to
was a poor
do.
choice. It doesn't
Um,
work for me. It doesn't work to have. It's a different thing when like the like you just have the soundtrack, like Highlander, for instance,
Mhm.
has Queen on the soundtrack during like sequences that take place in like 600 years ago in Scotland,
Mhm.
and that works. But when you have like the audience singing "We Will Rock You," I'm just like, wait, what? It doesn't. It doesn't. It just breaks it down. It doesn't work. And the thing is, like the way the movie's shot, and the way it's cut, and the way it's scripted, it doesn't like it feels like it's battling itself, like it's trying to be fun, but then like the production design and the costumes are all really good, and the cast is great. It feels like its idea of fun is just kind of like a slog of a movie. Like it just doesn't. Those two things don't work together. Like the romance doesn't work for me. The none of this really worked. I will commend it for the plot. It's not as bad as Tammy. No,
Nah.
but none of it really gelled for me. The cast is good, of course, um, except for Shannon Sossaman. I can't really stand her in this. Every time, so there's a part early on
I
in
do
the
think
movie.
Jocelyn is maybe the weakest part of the movie.
She's by far,
I
I mean,
really
you have
like that character, but it is her first movie. So it's her first time
Yeah.
ever being on TV. So I could give
That's-
her a little bit of she's new. But
And it's probably, I mean, you're with like Heath Ledger, Paul Bettany, Rufus Sewell, James Purfoy, like really like good actors.
well, and Laura Fraser's so likable, I feel like, in this that like it is also like you're like, okay, well she could have been the main love
Yeah,
interest, and it
yeah.
would have
Oh,
been-
exactly. Yeah.
And I think that's
Um,
part of the thing is like Shannon Sussman. I like her character's lines. Like, ideally, I think that character could have been
And yeah,
very good, but
I don't buy her like outfits and her hairstyles either. They just clash with everything that's going on. And so there's a part early on where I think her first interaction with Heath Ledger, and she like smiles real big, and I'm like, oh God, what's that reminding me of? And then I'm like, oh, it's the CGI mouth of Henry Cavill from Justice League is what it reminds me of.
that's true.
I will insert a picture of this into the.
That looks the same.
That's accurate.
So it was like, oh, I was just recoiling in horror.
That's hilarious.
I mean, I didn't expect you to like this movie, so I'm not
No, it's-
surprised at all. But like, I also think that I mean, everyone is entitled to their opinion, right?
well, yeah.
And the things that
It's kind of what the whole podcast is
the
about.
things
Right.
that the things that you don't think don't work, I think do.
Okay.
I listened to why Brian did the music the way that he said
Yeah.
that he did, and it was essentially like, hey, their music that they were listening to at the time was rock and roll to them. It was Queen to them. It was like, and that when he sits down and watches a period piece, he finds the music so boring that he can't get into it. And so that was why he made that choice, was that he didn't want to do orchestral music because like orchestral music wasn't invented in 1374. So you couldn't do an orchestra. You'd have to do like, if you wanted to be truly not anachronistic, you'd have to do like basic strings and like that kind of stuff. And he was like, well, I don't want to do that. So,
I mean, there's plenty of movies that take place in this time period that have
like,
orchestral scores. I don't know what the
yeah, but
like. It doesn't have to be that like you're like you're making a movie. You're
Yeah.
not like time traveling back to
Right.
1300s and
But his
know,
argument
it's-
was like, if people want to argue anachronism, which a lot of people do when they're looking at this like score here, is that like it whatever I did was going to be anachronistic because
Right.
it doesn't. That's
I mean,
not how it works.
I guess that's true.
And and then her outfits are intentionally the way they are because it's like I get like they don't fit, but they're not supposed to. Like she's supposed to be like
Stand out.
she's supposed to stand out, and she's also supposed to like, and they're supposed to have their outfits are supposed to feel like a modern rock band is how they had the outfits designed.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Rather than
I mean,
like,
she looks like she should be on stage with Lady Gaga.
yeah,
Oh,
for a
yeah.
couple
rather than like
costumes.
someone from that time, because that time would have been because he was like, men in tights take people out of the action of the play. So I mean, like, I get not liking it, but I also love those things about it. I think they make it charming.
So we watched this last night, and I can't lie, I may have fell asleep for a couple minutes towards the end.
Well,
But I did make sure with Mark that I didn't miss anything, and I didn't. But I actually really like this one.
oh yay!
Yeah.
Sorry.
Everything that you don't like about it, I like.
Yeah. No,
I really only because I agree with what you said. Whoever the writer,
the writer,
Ebert.
Brian.
Brian Helgeland.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with what he says. I usually don't like period pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the music is one of the things that I don't like. So when it came on and they started singing Queen and chanting, I was like, oh, okay, this is fun. To me, it was literally just, it was fun. I enjoyed the music choices because it made it, it was like a period piece without being a period.
Yeah, I made it
for me.
feel. I made it feel.
So I was
young,
able to enjoy it.
I think. That's the thing, and I think that it's very intentional. I think it makes it feel young. Like you feel like these people are just young people out in the
Mhm.
world, and it like it doesn't feel like stodgy and stuffy like a typical period movie
Yeah.
does.
And I did think it was funny. I laughed a good bit, honestly. And I think it was just some of the stuff which I saw in here, like some of it was actually just what happened, but they left it in.
Yeah, the Mark Addy, yeah, that gets everyone to cheer after he's like, and we walk in the garden of his turbulence. That
Like-
was real because the audience is Czechoslovakian. They don't speak English, so
And they
they're doing
didn't
everything on
understand.
cues. And so
Yeah.
they don't understand what's happening. And so now the cut that actually made the movie was a different. I'm a nerd about this one. The cut that actually made a movie was like they went back and they reshot it because they loved what happened. But,
it's the first. This is a different time.
Oh,
than
different,
that.
yeah.
But when the first time they announced him as Ulrich or whatever his name is,
Like Liechtenstein.
Ulrich von Liechtenstein.
when they announced his name, it was like they didn't understand what they were saying, so they didn't cheer, and then they had to like prompt him to cheer. But there is a weird. They left it
pause,
in that
yeah.
there's a weird pause. But they thought it was funny, so they left it in. There was little stuff like that I thought was funny, but you could tell. I felt like even then that it wasn't supposed to be like that, but it was funny.
Well, and I love Alan Tudyk in this. I think he's the redheaded one. Just from Tucker and Dale versus Evil and stuff. And Brian Hegland said when he casted him, he came in, he did the reading, but they didn't give him.
Oh, that's what he's from.
They didn't give him specific.
Firefly too.
And Firefly, he's watched. They didn't give him specific lines, and so like entrails. Insides, outside, like entrails, extrails, like
That's
in
all
line.
him.
He did that, and the audition,
cool.
and Brian Hegland was like, "Well, I don't want to steal it from him, so I'm gonna have to cast him."
That's cool. Yeah, he was funny. I mean, some of his just facial expressions got me. To be honest,
and that's the thing with this movie, and is if you go back and you decide that you ever want to watch it again, if you watch the background characters and how they're reacting. Like there's so much good character work going on in the background that is like it's very fun.
Well, I will say, I mean, it's possible I would watch this one again because I did find it pretty funny and fun. I will say I do agree with you on her costumes and hair.
It's a lot.
It was almost too much out of the realm.
Yeah.
I think they could have done something a little different where it was still a little more grounded because everybody else is so much more grounded than her.
Yeah, I mean her hair's like dyed and it's like
maybe she just has weird hairstyle, but not like the feathers and the different colored hair, and it just made it.
She's wearing like a sheer.
That one.
like,
I'm like, there were parts of it.
Are you going to the Oscars after this?
I love that dress. Outside of this
she looked
movie,
great in
so
it,
pretty.
but
I'm just like,
it almost was like she was too modern.
Yeah, she's from like another world, basically, which I agree with.
That's kind of how I felt like there were maybe a different world that she's from or a different planet. I don't know.
But also, if you'll notice, like, so they didn't. What I think what happened with her is originally a lot more of the costuming was supposed to be like her,
Right.
but they
Switched
didn't
it
have
up.
enough money and they just kind of dialed it back on everyone else. Because like in the one where they're dancing to Angel, where they're dancing to Bowie at the dance, he was supposed to have silver hair when they did it. Like they had like
Heath Ledger
silver
was?
leaf that they were going to put through his hair, and a couple of the other
that
characters
why
have
they
gold
say-
leaf in his hair. And
Is that how you're going to wear your hair?
That
And he's like,
is,
how else would I
exactly.
wear it? And then he shows up and his hair's the same.
exactly the same?
Okay.
Right? Yeah, that's.
I
what
did
that-
catch that. I
That's
was
what
like,
that
that's
line
weird.
is left over from is
Okay.
that they were going to. She
That
was
makes
going to
sense
do
then.
his hair, and then something with the dye or with the just did not work, and so they just ended up having to go with like his hair the way that it was.
Okay.
Um,
That was one of those things that I was like,
Yeah.
that's a weird comment. And then he showed up with his hair the same. Huh,
Yeah.
How weird. Okay.
I will say I find this movie heartwarming. I think it is sweet from like start to
Yeah, I
finish.
guess. Yeah.
And it's funny. Like I think it's
I thought it was hilarious.
I love
I didn't laugh once.
really.
Well,
What was
everything was just
well,
like,
I mean, I'm pretty easy to.
yeah.
Yeah, you thought it was very funny though.
Oh, I was laughing all the time. That's what kept me interested.
Yeah, it was fun. Like I love like Mark Addy is so funny in this. He later goes on to be Robert Baratheon in Game of Thrones. He's been in a lot of things, but he's just a really
Oh yeah.
I love Rufus Sewell as a villain. He's
Yeah, I don't know
so
who
good.
all I know or what all I know Mark Addy from, but I definitely recognized him.
Yeah. I like the villain. Count Adamar is so like gross
Funny.
and yeah, he is very funny, but like he's so very evil. They cut an earlier scene which I thought was kind of funny and slapstick that he was in, where like someone is fixing his arm and they accidentally pinch him and he just like punches him in the face.
Yeah.
To kind of show like the level of like, but they were like, I feel like it made him a little too comedic, so we took it out, and I was like, and you left everything else with him in it.
Yeah.
And apparently he threw some legendary parties over the course of this filming. Like where he was playing the bad guy, they were like, it's like he felt like he had to make up for being mean to everyone all day on TV. And they were like, they compared the parties to the end of the Roman Empire. They were like alcohol was free.
Eyes Wide Shut mask?
Yeah. No, that's the implication in the DVD commentary, is that was essentially what was happening. The Russian mafia was showing up to the parties because they were like so out of hand.
Oh wow.
Far more interesting than the movie itself.
I disagree, but I did love that. I liked but I'm glad that you liked it, Aaron. I really thought, I was like, as much as I love a good historical movie, I was like, I know I can't bring one that you're going to like besides maybe this one.
Yeah.
This one I thought that
Well, I feel like it's not really a historical movie.
I mean,
which
it
is nice.
is.
It is.
It kind of,
Except they sing Queen.
they sing Queen.
And that's the part I like about it.
And they do there's a lot of references to Chaucer's work. The premise of the movie was Chaucer, the author Chaucer, went missing for 6 months. And so then they took this was the writer's idea about what happened in those 6 months that Chaucer went missing. And so, yeah. I went back and I watched the deleted scenes, and there's a couple more Chaucer speeches, and she's my favorite character in the whole movie. Paul Bettany's Chaucer is excellent. They wanted, what's his face? He was no, not Colin Firth.
Colin Farrell?
No.
Which is also weird.
That wouldn't be it. No, it was, He's Mr. Darcy in the
in the original.
In the original.
I don't know his name, but I know who
you know
that,
what I'm talking
I know who
about.
that is, yeah.
So he's like a very famous British actor. The studio wanted him, and the writer said, "I'm not making the movie unless you cast Paul Bettany as Chaucer." Apparently, they're very good friends and have been very good friends for a long time. And I don't think anyone could have really pulled it the way that he pulled it.
No, he's great.
Nah, he was great in it.
So likable. He shows up butt naked, grinning from ear to ear, just like, I'm trudging.
Yeah, he was good in it.
As far as like the comedy goes, I don't know. I think the reason it didn't work for me, it all just kind of felt like there was not a punchline for the jokes.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like there's no lead up to Paul Bettany. It's like, oh well, here's Paul Bettany's ass.
Yeah.
It's like,
I love the I love the one shot. I love the one shot that is framed with like one butt cheek in the corner while they're like looking at everyone. Like I don't know. I think
that's what I was
very funny. Like
that's what I was going to say is I don't think it was so much jokes that were landed that made me laugh. It was more the
situational humor.
Oh.
Yeah.
Physical humor, things like that.
Yeah.
Like
that's one thing
like
Alex Turdic's so good at, where he's like he's just like beating the snot out of like Sir Ector when he's like dead and in the background, and everyone else.
Oh,
like,
I was that first scene. I was rolling because he's like, no, he's not asleep. He's getting up.
Yeah.
And he just starts beating him, and that got me. I was rolling.
He's like, he's not dead.
That was like 2 minutes in, and I was already laughing. So I definitely was. I paid attention pretty well after that until I fell asleep, of course. But
you know whereabouts you fell asleep?
It's like towards the end. I think it was like right before the final, like jousting.
Okay, so
It's kind of slow.
Just probably the part where he is like knighted and is eventually.
That's when I fell asleep.
Stuff.
Yes,
Yeah.
I woke up and he was being knighted.
Yeah. Okay.
That is.
But
I was asleep for like 5 minutes.
There is a little lull there. But there are a couple like what I think are great moments in the movie. Like they come to him and they're like, "You're gonna get arrested," and I
saw that.
He's like,
"That's
I'm
what I'm
not
saying. I
gonna
only
run."
fell asleep.
Oh, you were only asleep for like long enough for Captain Aldemar to come into his jail cell, beat him, and then him to be in the stocks.
I didn't see him get beat.
Yeah, that's it. That's all you missed. That was
okay.
That's
what I said. I didn't miss. Okay,
that wasn't very long at all.
Yeah, that's all I fell asleep for, really.
Yeah. Because I love that. I love that scene where everyone else is like, run. And he's like, no, I'm a knight. I'm not going to run. I think
Yeah.
this movie really, for me, defines everything that I later came in life to love. This movie is what a D&D campaign should feel like to me.
Mm-hmm.
This movie is like, I don't think there's a cutscene where Paul Bettany's speech says, we'll never see his like again
Yeah.
on the earth. And I'm like, I've never seen a movie that does this like this that hits for me. I've seen like High Adventure, which is what's his face? He does The Righteous Gemstones, and
Danny McBride.
I've seen his like
Oh, Your Highness.
Your Highness, yeah. Don't love it.
That was not good either.
Don't think it hits. There's other things
I like Righteous Gemstones.
Yeah.
No, I love Eastbound and Down.
I like Eastbound and Down.
I need
like
to watch
Righteous
that.
Oh my
Gemstones.
God.
I haven't watched it.
I couldn't get into Gemstones as much, but Eastbound and Down.
Yeah.
I like Vice
I think-
Principals too. Like I love I
Yeah.
love
Oh, yeah,
Dan
that was fun,
McBride.
yeah.
I like
I love
pretty much
Walton
everything
Goggins.
he's ever done.
Yeah. I think
but
Gemstones for me it was what's his name being in it?
Walton Goggins,
Walton
No.
Goggins. Yeah.
Baby Billy.
Him too, but no.
John Goodman?
John Goodman.
Yeah.
I love John Goodman, and I just
Well, who doesn't?
him in that role
Who
was
doesn't?
hilarious. But anyways,
Yeah, like so like I've seen people try to do fantasy with a modern vibe and it just it doesn't hit like this does. This hits for me. This is fun.
I also really liked, and I thought it was funny that Kate's marking was the Nike check.
Yeah.
So that was their version. I read in here that was like product placement.
They actually did not have permission from Nike.
Oh, did they not?
No.
Oh, I thought.
Lucky
I
they
don't-
didn't get sued.
Yeah.
No, they did not. But Sony liked it and Nike didn't have an issue with it. Like
I was gonna-
Nike
oh.
was really happy with it, but they didn't.
Yeah, it does say they had to show the scene to get permission after they had already done it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
They didn't have permission to do that.
That's fine.
But I do love that. I also love that she is historically accurate. This is like a weird aside. So women probably were not generally allowed to be blacksmiths.
Right.
But if their husband died and had taught her the trade, they were allowed to continue on
The
being blacksmiths because in order to support themselves and their children.
right.
So like she's very specifically a widow because like that is like a weird, like for a movie that is so anachronistic, historically inaccurate, stuff like that, to pull like this one detail and be like, no, she's actually like that would have been allowed at the time was really cool. And Ulrich von Liechtenstein was actually a real knight, but he predated the setting that this is supposed to be in, who was a poet.
Cool.
And weirdly, I met a friend we went on vacation this past week with a group of gaming people, and one of the couples, their son is actually named after this movie. She was pregnant when this movie came out, and they are German. And she was like, we wanted a German name, and we watched this, and
Ulrich.
so we named him Ulrich.
It's a good name.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So
I just read that Heath Ledger actually knocked out one of the directors.
he knocked out
Front
Brian
teeth.
Hegslund's tooth.
Yeah, with a broomstick when they were demonstrating a jousting move.
Yeah, they were demonstrating for his agent, like jousting, and Brian Hegland had a mic stand, and Heath Ledger had a broomstick and just knocked his tooth out. So when he's doing the commentary for the deleted scenes where they do an intro and they talk about like he's missing a tooth, he goes, just to address it, Heath Ledger knocked my teeth out. It
Yeah.
won't be like this forever. I'm getting a replacement,
cool.
but it's going to be a couple weeks.
I thought that was funny. And I thought it was really cool that they also used some homeless people for extras.
They
So
did.
they probably got fed or something.
One of
Well,
the
yeah.
announcers was Czech or was an American expatriate living in Czechoslovakia, and he came on and auditioned and said, "Hey, look, I'm just trying to stay here because I fell in love with the woman and I need a work permit. I'll do anything. Just please let me work on this production."
Yeah.
And he's like the first announcer of one of the like.
Okay.
Like he's the first herald for like
Okay.
the group.
That's cool.
Yeah. So like they were,
Yeah.
they kind of talked about like all that kind of stuff, and they cast a bunch of like locals.
I like
extras,
when they do
yeah.
that, and because I know I don't remember if it was something we did on the podcast or not, but I know there's a Robin Williams film
Robin Williams.
He would
Robin
always
Williams
have
would
him.
Ron,
cast,
he did that on like every movie,
Yeah,
Mhm.
he would always have him.
wherever they were shooting.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I just remember us talking about it, but I don't know what we watched that we ended up talking about that. But I just think that's cool when they do that
Yeah.
because I mean, it's just to be an extra and they get fed or maybe paid a little bit a day. You know, I mean, why not?
And
That's awesome.
This is a very early Heath Ledger too, and I like he was obviously like a heartthrob at the time, and it was his whole career.
Yeah, this would have been like I think his third American film. He did
Maybe
10
he
things,
did 10 Things.
and The Patriot.
Yeah,
And this,
Then
this is this like everyone has their comfort movies, right? And
Right.
whether or not they're good doesn't really matter.
well, that's true.
Well,
It depends on who you are.
Depends on who you are.
But
Listen,
I mean,
you like some stinkers too. I don't want to hear it. Like in a fun, but there's stinkers in a fun way. But like
they're not stinkers to him.
I know this isn't to me. I love this movie.
But I mean, that's the cool thing about like film, and just like this one, it does show the thing. Like I said, the things that you hated about it are the things that made me interested in
I
it.
realize I am in the minority, and like that's the reason. Like it's a period movie for people that don't like period movies.
Oh yeah, for sure,
You know?
100%.
And it
Oh,
just-
if I
and-
liked period movies, I probably would.
I
hate
would
it.
argue that
Yeah,
I do
and,
like
like,
period movies,
one.
and I still love this.
I feel like it's insulting to like have Queen and like all these rock songs and the like because it's like I can watch a movie if you just have like
Right.
I don't need this if you want to make a romantic
almost-
a period romantic comedy like just make a period
It
romantic
almost
comedy.
feels like they're
Well,
talking down.
yeah,
in a
I
way.
don't like that.
I get that.
Yeah,
I don't think this is meant to be a period romantic comedy. I think it's meant to be a rock opera that's set in like the Middle Ages.
That's.
There's nothing
That's
operatic about this movie.
I was gonna say that's a take as well.
that's
I
a
mean,
reach,
I
think.
mean, I think no, that is actually how they advertise the movie. In their like behind the scenes and
well,
their featurettes and stuff.
I
Now I don't think
would've-
they quite accomplished that.
No.
I was gonna say I
But-
wouldn't have.
It-
I wouldn't have been happy had I been told
Well,
that.
because at
ahead
a
of
certain
time
point,
either.
like you have the jousting section where he's like getting to be jousting, doing all the sword
'Cause
play
that's
and
like
all that.
action.
Yeah, and it's like then you kind of the movie slides into this like romantic. He's trying to woo her, and they have the dance, and like they fall in love, and all. So it's like overall, I would say it's a period romantic comedy, is what it because it's trying to be funny. It's not trying to be like a high drama,
Mm-hmm.
It's a love story.
even though it's kind of gets stuck in there a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. None of it really. It just didn't gel for me, like
Yeah.
the comedy and the rock, and I just didn't. Like I said, I didn't think that the comedy was like snappy,
Yeah.
or like.
Which I see. That's what I was
didn't
saying.
Work for me.
I see exactly where you're coming from. As it's not so much as jokes that land. It was just like random things for
It's
me
like
that I thought was funny.
situationally fun. Like I didn't get all in the situational comedy.
But I think you're right. Like it is like a period romantic
Comedy.
comedy.
I would have preferred almost like a Mel Brooks version, like instead of like you actually have like a Queen cover band playing it.
Oh, that would have
Like you
been
just
cool
go
too.
full parody.
They considered that.
Yeah,
That's
No,
really
they
cool.
could
too,
do that.
I would have
honestly.
been. I would like.
I could have seen. I could
They
see
could
that
figure it
working.
out.
with
Like
this
either
movie.
really lean into it
Or
or don't. Like
Yeah.
this like one foot in, 1 foot out doesn't
I
work.
could see that. Yeah.
I could see that, but I do like what it ended up as.
Yeah.
I like that it is serious in some places. Some of the lines from this movie are forever like when he goes back to like see his father and he's like, "Did you follow your feet?" Like that.
Oh,
makes
I
me
may have
cry.
also fell asleep
Did
a
you
little
fall
bit
asleep
during
during
that.
that? Yeah.
section.
Yeah,
that
see, I don't need that.
Yeah.
See, that makes me cry every time.
don't-
I love
but
that. I
it's
love
like-
that part of the movie.
Oh, I definitely didn't cry.
Like that makes me cry every time.
I didn't even get close to that.
No.
Like none of that. Like you could sum all that up in a couple lines. A good writer would.
And I would say the other scene. I mean, the other thing that
Mm-hmm.
well, it just goes back to that girl again.
Mhm.
But I also found myself rooting for him to get with the metal girl instead.
Oh,
She's much more interesting
like
character.
the blacksmith.
The
See,
girl.
Ferris.
that's the kind of character that the Jocelyn character should have been, because she's
Yeah.
actually because she is a blacksmith and her husband died or whatever, and so there's a little nugget of like history there.
Mhm.
It makes sense for her to be more of that character that's more modern
Mhm.
Right.
than the Jocelyn.
True.
So yes, I agree. I would have had her be the love interest.
Like One must have their comfort movies.
Oh, totally.
This is chicken
Oh,
noodle
for
soup.
sure.
Like if I, feel
Yeah.
bad, I want something to make me happy. This makes me laugh. I think it's heartwarming.
Yeah, I could see this being.
Um,
I could see why.
yeah.
What is your favorite comfort food movie?
Well,
It's not Scream or Buffy or.
Is it Scream?
It's Scream.
Yeah, it's Scream.
Oh, okay.
yeah, when I'm sick or sad, I like to watch Scream.
Okay.
Like, I mean, I think everyone has their things that they return to time and time again. And
Yeah.
this movie has been in my top 5, probably. I don't think it's top 5 best movies, but it is in my top 5 favorite movies.
Sure.
And probably since I was 12, 13 years old.
Yeah.
So, like,
Well, that's the cool thing about movies. I mean,
that's half my life.
you know,
Like,
everybody has
over
their
half my
opinions and has what they like, and I'm sure every movie out there is somebody's favorite movie,
Mhm.
even though it probably shouldn't be.
Yeah.
I'm not saying this one's one of those. I'm just saying in general, there
Yeah,
are some
no,
movies that
yeah,
definitely
there's-
shouldn't be anybody's favorite movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, if
But-
Baby Geniuses
Oh.
is your favorite movie, and
I'm
you're
certainly
a
not.
grown adult, then you should be hospitalized.
I'm certainly not alone in this being my favorite movie. I think there
No,
there
it's
are
a
a lot
popular
of people
movie.
who are
Like,
I
looking
get
at
it.
this.
I'd definitely heard of it.
It was
before.
not though. Like, I mean, when it came out, it was not.
No, not
like-
when it came
It
out.
was did really well on DVD. On
Yeah, it
video.
did really on DVD and
At
video.
home,
Like
on
people,
cable.
people like it. I will say one of like the main plot of the movie is one of the biggest historical inaccuracies, and that is that a peasant would have never been a squire. Squires were always the sons of knights or nobles.
Oh, okay.
So this in historical accuracy realm, this movie couldn't exist because there would have never been a boy who was sent to change his stars from being a
And
badger's
because they
son.
didn't sing Queen.
And they
Yeah.
didn't sing Queen.
And oddly enough, the most modern part of the movie is the rich guy wanting to kill the poor kid
I mean, yeah. I mean,
because he's poor.
Right.
there's a couple of
Stupid poor kid.
things that there's a couple of Chaucer speeches that are very eat the rich that got cut out of the final thing, and which I think is a shame because I
Yeah,
said I
should've
really
kept
love
Mm-hmm.
I really love Paul Bettany.
Yeah,
and
he was
I
great.
really and his speeches are great, but they had a 2-hour and 12-minute movie. Need to
too
get
long.
out of
Definitely long enough
Like
for
it
sure.
needs a solid. It needs to be under 2 hours.
Yeah, I think they could have cut a little bit.
Cool.
But
Yeah.
speaking of comfort movies,
What are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing next week, Aaron?
it is going to be my turn next,
It
and
is. I wonder what it
We're
will be.
doing. Who knows? What will it be?
well, surprise, surprise, Scream 7 comes out this week,
Mm-hmm.
and we're going to do that.
Sweet.
Yeah, I'm going to the fan event on Thursday, tomorrow.
Take notes.
Yes.
We need to.
Oh, I'll see
we
it more
need
than
to have-
once. I'm
well,
sure.
I know you'll probably see it 6 times by the time
Yeah.
we get to record.
Probably. Because this, I mean, you guys, if you're listening, will have plenty of time to watch it. It won't be until our what?
Like April 1st episode.
Yeah, we got time.
So it will be a little while after it's come out.
I just wish these things would die.
Yeah,
Like, just stop making these franchise movies.
I know, but
I'm so sick of them.
some of us
All
just
of them.
love
I don't,
it.
Even like James Cameron's like, well, I think I got a new idea for a Terminator. I'm like, dude, stop.
Right. I mean, I do get it to an
I
extent.
don't know.
And I have Terminator tattooed on me.
Right.
Just stop.
we have 10 Friday the 13th, man. Like, we can't really get much worse like than that. Like, and
Yeah.
I love all of those. So
I'm hoping it with 7,
There's
they bring it back to being good.
yeah.
there's a slightly less like tacky, greedy quality to the Friday the 13th. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah,
they
'cause
made
they-
them for money, but
yeah.
like at the same time, like they're small movies.
Yeah.
Right.
They don't like. They're making them because they need to make them.
Right.
Like they're not making them to like.
They're like, we
to,
really
make
need
a-
the money.
to, like make
okay?
$100 million at the
Right.
box office. Like they're making them. It's like, hey, these do well. We like them. We can,
Yeah.
they cost like a couple $1 million. Or the first one didn't even cost.
If you're in
maybe it
that,
was like
yeah.
$1 million. And
Yeah.
it's like they're just trying to keep the doors open to the production company.
Yeah.
Right.
It's, whereas now it's just like, well, we got to make a new one because then we can sell some Funkos and some
Mhm.
T-shirts and jackets and hats and
Mhm.
It's medium exploitation.
Which I'm not going to
which I get,
lie.
Like, yeah.
I am so excited.
Oh, I know
about
you're
all
going to
the
be
merch.
decked out. You're going to
Well,
be decked out
because-
like your jersey probably. And
I'm
a
not going
hat.
to lie. I just ordered the matching sweatsuit from Walmart this morning. But
A
anyways,
Scream sweatsuit.
Yeah.
That's
None of that is surprising.
yeah. But for me, I've liked Scream since I was young,
Yeah.
and for the longest time, there wasn't Scream merch.
That's the thing.
Like you didn't.
Because it ended.
Well, yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean, and he just wasn't considered one of the original slashers.
Right.
Like, even if you found a shirt that was like slashers, he wasn't
he
featured on there.
certainly is now. I think I'm gonna
Yeah,
blame
he's
Book
starting to
Talk
be.
for that. Where like,
I'm fine with that.
The
though,
Scream
because now I'm glad to get stuff.
yeah, like Scream has really made a.
Yeah. I mean,
He is the sexy one of the like slashers in
Well, I
that
guess
community.
maybe because it can be anybody.
It can be anybody, and it's also that like I mean, Billy Loomis and Stu Macher are both handsome guys. Like when they're like
well, Freddie is my
out
heart.
there. No thanks.
Oh, like Freddy the killer. I was like, when was there a Freddy ghost
He
fan?
can be anybody.
Anybody.
That's true.
But I love I like this goes back to like love is blind, right? And I think it's blind sometimes when it comes to movies too.
Yeah.
Because I think they can put out a Scream movie and it doesn't matter how bad it is.
I'm gonna go see
Aaron's
it.
gonna
It's their
go
opening
see it,
day.
and he's
Oh,
gonna
100%.
and he's gonna find things to
Yeah.
enjoy about it.
As much as I bitch about a new Terminator, I'll go. Like I'm there.
Right.
I'm
Exactly.
I'm there. Can't help it.
I can't help it. Like love is blind, right? Like
that's
and
true.
love for movies is blind. That's why.
It'll reach a point though.
Well,
I'm getting to that point with stuff where I'm just like, no.
Well, I mean, even 5 and
Life-
6 for me were like,
Guys, when you hit 40, you start thinking like, I got less years.
I need to conserve my time.
Well, it's like,
Right.
yeah, I need to do good, smart, use my time wisely.
Yeah.
Watch things that I really want to watch.
that's true.
Yeah,
I get that.
Yeah.
Well,
we'll end it on that note.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll end on that note.
Use your time wisely, kids.
use your
Time
time
wise.
wisely. And that time could wisely be used listening to our podcast
It
or
could.
visit us here at the South Charleston Public Library.
It could. It could.
But go see Scream 7 and then come back and join us next time when we will discuss it and see what everyone thought of it. But until then, I'm Aaron,
I'm Josh.
I'm Toby.
and this has been The Real Opposites.